Only 672 students clear phase 2 exam to get an interview call in RBI Grade B exam. Yes, you heard it right. In last year, 80% of the students were eliminated in this selection stage, that is phase 2 exam of RBI Grade B. What makes phase 2 exam so difficult? Is it the nature of the questions? Is it the exam pattern, or is it the cutthroat competition? Today, let us try to understand in this ultimate video that why major students will fail in phase 2 and how you can be that 20% who will clear phase 2 exam and also in fact be an RBI Grade B officer. Let's start our discussion with understanding phase 2 exam through exam pattern. When you look at exam pattern, it's very simple. Paper 1, paper 2 and paper 3. Paper 1 is economic and social issues, 100 marks. English answer writing, descriptive completely in nature, essay, précis, reading comprehension, 100 marks. Paper 3, general finance and management, again 100 marks. The core subjects, ESI, finance and management, each of these subjects are having 100 marks. So ESI is for 100 marks and finance and management, both these subjects are having 100 marks. But in fact, these core subjects are divided into two assessments. First is based on objective, that is MCQs, and second is descriptive test, that is answer writing. In all, you will understand that overall phase 2 exam pattern is in such a way that there are MCQs also and there is descriptive answer writing also. It means that phase 2 exam assesses objective assessment also and subjective assessment also. Now this is one very important aspect to understand. Overall 300 marks, of which if you calculate, then major portion is answer writing. Only 100 marks are there for MCQs and remaining 200 marks are there for your answer writing. I hope you understand this. Now, let us come to the cutoff analysis. Now, why we are looking at last 5 years cutoff? We understood how the exam pattern is, how your assessment is done. Now, after understanding the three subjects, their syllabus for each subject, ESI, finance and management, one thing we will be looking at that previous year questions for last 5 years or 4 years, what are the questions asked? What are the important topics of the subject and what is the cutoff? Cutoff which is based on vacancies and the difficulty level of the exam. Through this cutoff only we will try to get a target mark or target score. Now why this target score is important? Once you have total target score with you for phase 2 as well as overall target score, you can break that target score into the subjective target score, that is paper 1 target score, paper 2 target score, paper 3 target score. In fact, later you can break that down into sectional target score, for example MCQ target, descriptive target, and you can break down that also into question wise target. That means in essay how much maximum marks I have to get, what is my target score in essay, what is my target score in précis. You should be knowing that so that you easily clear phase 2 exam. When students don't plan this properly, that's where they just try to prepare or just try to cover the phase 2 syllabus, but they don't get selected in it. So that's why today we will try to find out the target score through average cutoff for 5 years. So first cutoff is for phase 2 only, which is out of 300 marks. Whereas overall cutoff is 229 out of 375 marks, where 75 marks are for interview. Now let us consider that in interview you are getting on an average 50 marks. Now why I am saying this? Because interview is also little bit matter of luck and it matters that on that day how the day was. So considering that you are having really bad day on interview day, so therefore let us assume that you are getting on an average 50 marks, which is an average score in interview. Now why we are doing this? So that we understand the importance of phase 2 as well as we can try to assess the target score for phase 2 only. So we all know 169 marks in the year of 2023 as a cutoff for phase 2. Overall cutoff was 229 out of 375 in the year of 2023. Similarly for rest of the years, let's try to find out average cutoff for only phase 2, not interview. So phase 2 overall average cutoff, if I try to find out, it is 170 to 180. 170 to 180. Overall average cutoff for overall marks, that is phase 2 as well as interview, if I try to find out, that comes out to be 230 to 240. Now we have also considered difficulty level and vacancies. Vacancies almost remain 190 to 200 or 210. Okay, this is the margin. Increase or decrease is there within that limit only. For last 4 to 5 years, that much drastic increase in vacancies have not happened. So therefore this you can definitely keep your tags as a average cutoff score. We understood the average cutoff score. Then what are our target scores? So target scores would be a margin of 10 to 20 marks over this cutoff score. It means that for your only phase 2, your target score should be 190 marks, and for your overall cutoff, your target score should be, if our average cutoff is 230, then our target score should be 240 or close to 240. Have these numbers imprinted in your mind. Now, many people will say that, sir, 190, 240, don't you think these are absolute numbers to get carried away with? I am telling that have a target. The highest marks we have to always carry as a target, because the simple rule, shoot the stars so that you can reach the sky. So this is what philosophy will carry when we are looking at the targets marks. Now once you understand the target marks, let us understand what is the general understanding of phase 2 preparation. Many students clear phase 1 and give phase 2 exam. What is the general understanding they are having? General understanding is कुछ नहीं है, phase 2 exam easy होती है, score 55 plus in English, score 35 plus, maximize your marks and score 35 plus in ESI and finance and management MCQs, and score 30 plus in descriptive answer writing by writing in word limit and not making grammatical errors. This is what the general understanding for phase 2 preparation is. Is it enough? I am saying no. This is not enough. Everybody who is in the competition would be knowing these things. But are these the target marks? Just keeping 55, just keeping 35 doesn't make any sense. So that's why we have to understand what were the average marks of the students who got selected. So here are the average marks of the student who got selected in the year of 2023. Based on that, for each of the subjects and each of the sections, we have made sectional targets also, so that it would be easy for you. For example, paper 1 ESI, which includes objective and descriptive. What is your target score? Last year ESI was difficult, so considering that it's 60 plus. But I would say you keep a target of 70, considering the difficulty, highs and lows of a particular paper. Then finance and management. Last year it was moderate. So therefore here 70 plus is the target. Your target also should be 70. Then comes English descriptive. Each year English descriptive becomes difficult in nature. That is why do not keep your target 60. Rather you try to achieve 70. It is scoring only if you dedicate and if you strategize English descriptive part. Many of the students just concentrate on essay. They forget Pressy, they forget reading comprehension, and that is how they get less marks. Next, total phase 2 marks. As I told you, total phase 2 marks, our target is 190, that is 180 plus. Then total interview average you will marks what we are getting is 50. And overall cutoff, as I already told you, our target should be 240 marks. Okay, so this is all our individual targets. So what are we concerned with? Yes, all the 3 paper marks, that is paper 1 target score, paper 2 target score and paper 3 target score. Then overall phase 2 score, and then overall target score. So this is what the target scores you should imprint in your mind, that these are my targets. When I'm preparing, when I'm giving mock test, when I'm covering the syllabus, I'll be only targeting at these numbers. This will help you a lot to understand for each question also how much you have to get so as to match up that tally. Now let us understand each section in depth, but before jumping to that, let me tell you one thing. As you all know, because of the election, already the RBI Grade B notification may be delayed. The SEBI Grade A notification is already delayed. So therefore, here there is a really great chance for all of you, if still you need guidance for the preparation, if you still feel that there is something which I need to prepare, if you are that student who has doubts, who thinks that I don't need just a mere course, I need guidance, then definitely you can go on our Oliveboard website and you can go through all our lectures. So this is the domain. Just if you go in regulatory bodies, for specifically RBI Grade B, these are all our courses according to the needs of student. So personalized mentorship program for all the students who need guidance. crash course for all the students who feel that they have just started their preparation and quickly within short span of time they want to cover the syllabus. 360-degree complete courses in which you get test notes and classes at one platform and at one place only. This is a descriptive answer writing batch for your answer writing practice, complete course which we had done live and in which we complete every extent of your syllabus in the depth of each of your subject, summit batch which is concentrated only on phase 1, GA foundation which is dedicated only for your GA or current affairs preparation. So all these courses are there. You can go through and look at all our courses. See, still time is there. Even if you have not started because of a specific reason, just you can hold any of these courses. We'll hold your hand and make sure that this time RBI Grade B, you would be efficient enough that you will clear the exam. Now, let us discuss in depth how you can score in ESI. So we all know when we are looking at paper 1 ESI, two parts are there, objective and descriptive. So for objective part, what shall we do so that we can score more marks? So we all know for objective how much marks are there in phase 2? 50 marks and 50 marks for descriptive. Out of this 50 marks, if you look at last 3 years, the breakup is in such a way. Government schemes in the year of 2021, 23 questions were there. In the year of 2022, 31 questions were there. In the year of 2023, 28 questions were there. So it means that government schemes and PIB news, very, very important sections in your preparation. Next, reports and indices, 10, 6, 8. Then comes international organization, RBI circular, survey and budget, and ESI static is the most minimal part which either comes in the exam for just 1-2 marks. Considering this, now you know which are the important topics to cover. What are those? Government schemes, PIB, report and indexes, and then international organization. If you cover this for objective section, you will score 30 to 35 marks very easily because this top 3 major portions cover this much marks. Look at it, for example, government scheme 28 plus 8 plus 8. This gives in total only 30 to 40 marks out of 50. So this will give you an idea that only these portions are very, very important. So rather than going after all the random current affairs, you should do an targeted preparation. Next is, after looking at the analysis of ESI objective, let's look at ESI descriptive. ESI descriptive is current as well as static in nature. So what does it mean? So questions which will come in the descriptive part for answer writing, although the nature of those questions would be current oriented, what is going out in the Indian economy, but the answer which you have to write, definitely the topics associated would be from your static syllabus such as international organizations, measurement of growth, monetary policy, sustainable and environmental issues, sustainable development, fiscal policy, inflation and balance of payment. So consider that you should have conceptual clarity and a grip on your static syllabus. That is why ESI is very, very important. Once you get this, now let us try to understand in ESI, MCQ and descriptive what should be our distributed target score. So first is for MCQs. Out of 50, as I told you, 35 should be your MCQ target score. And for ESI descriptive, it should be again 35 for descriptive part. So here, this is how you can try to get 70 marks, which is our ESI target, right? So 35 in the descriptive. But how to do it? So for ESI MCQ, you are having 30 minutes, right? First 20 minutes, you can give it for all the 2 marker and 1 marker questions, which are from PIB, government schemes and reports. But your first 20 questions should be decided based on your accuracy and your confidence. तो पहले 20 मिनट में वही क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने हैं जिसमें आप बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट हो और आप कहीं पर भी गलती नहीं करोगे. In next 10 minutes, what you can do is that you can take the chance. थोड़ा सा ही अगर आपको सॉल्व क्वेश्चन नहीं करने आ रहा है तो एलिमिनेशन कर सकते हो, कुछ चांसेस ले सकते हो, तुक्के भी कर सकते हो. अगर आपके यहाँ पर 20 ये पहले के 20 मिनट में अगर बहुत ही कम क्वेश्चन चांस हुए सॉल्व हुए हैं तो ही. सो इट मीन्स दैट इफ यू हैव सॉल्व good number of questions in first 20 minutes which has high accuracy, then you can take less chance in the next 10 minutes. Our major topics to solve would be these only, which we discussed in our objective part. Now what about the descriptive part? In descriptive, you are having 90 minutes, you are given 6 questions. Out of that 6 questions, you have to write 4 questions. You have to write 2 15-marker questions and 2 10-marker questions. You are having 90 minutes with you. So for each 15-marker question, you have 25 minutes. For each 10-marker questions, you are having 20 minutes. So 25 minutes for 2 15-marker questions will give you 50 minutes. 20 minutes for 2 10-marker questions will give you 40 minutes. 50 minutes plus 40 minutes gives you 90 minutes, which is exactly a good calculation. So now for each 15 minutes, you are having 25 minutes. For each 15-marker question, you are having 25 minutes. How to break down it further? So for every answer, 3 minutes should be given to brainstorming. Brainstorming includes to collect the points, collate what to write, content and context. Structuring is nothing but how to arrange that content and context. So for brainstorming 3 minutes, for structuring 2 minutes. Rest of the time for writing the answer. Simple as that. For example, if you are writing 15 minutes, 15-marker question, 5 minutes for brainstorm and structuring, 20 minutes for writing. If you are writing 10-marker question, 5 minutes for brainstorm and structuring, 15 minutes for writing the answer. Simple as that. How to choose the questions? From 6, you have to write 4. How to choose the questions? Simple. Always, rather than looking at which is easy, which is difficult, which is current question, look at in which question you are having confidence, and that confidence should be based on the conceptual clarity. It means that any topic is there, do you know it thoroughly? Can you write a 600 words answer? Can you write a 450 words answer? That you have to have a clarity. Look at the word limit and ask yourself, for this particular topic, will I have enough content and enough words to complete the word limit? Once you get the answer, you can definitely choose that particular question from the options. And then you can write the remaining questions. So first, write the answers of the confident questions and then go for remaining questions. This is the overall examination hall time management and strategy to score 70 in ESI. So I hope you understood it, how we can tackle ESI in phase 2. Now let's go for finance and management. But in finance and management, we will see finance differently and management differently. We all know finance and management togetherly is for 50 marks. It's for 100 marks. So finance is for 50, management is for 50. It means that for finance, 25 objective and 25 descriptive. And for management, 25 objective and 25 descriptive. Considering that, let us do finance and management objective analysis. For last 3 years, if you see, 25 marks would be from management static. And this is really very scoring. So look at it, almost 24, 22, 24 are directly from management static. This makes management most scoring in the objective part of your finance and management. The next biggest part is finance current affairs. And the next biggest part is RBI circulars. So in this way, you can definitely go after important topics in the finance as well as management. So first is concentrating on management static. Second is finance current affairs. Third is finance static. Okay. So these are the 3 important topics you should be concentrating on finance management. If you do that, out of 50 in finance and management, finance current affairs and finance static almost gives you 35 to 40 marks. Which shows that in fact, rather than going randomly after topics, do only management static, finance current affairs and finance static. That is more than enough to score 35 marks in finance and management objective. What about the descriptive part? So let us look at finance descriptive only. Okay, we will see management descriptive later. When you look at finance descriptive, it will be completely dynamic or current affairs in nature. For example, last year they asked about RBI's retail investment scheme. For all the students who read about RBI retail investment scheme in RBI circulars, only those were able to write that answer. That is why, in spite that these static topics are important, you have to definitely read these static topics, but finance current affairs plays very crucial role in descriptive answer writing, because the question will directly come from the newspaper and the topics for that particular year. Then, what is the finance strategy for MCQs also and for descriptive answer writing also? Consider that you are having only 50 marks here for MCQ and descriptive part. So let's try to build up our targets. This particular target MCQ is only for finance out of 25 marks. So here I think 15 plus marks should be your target, and for descriptive also 15 plus marks should be your target. Now why we are doing this? Because as I told you, finance descriptive, it would be totally current oriented, whereas MCQs which will come in finance, those would be having 60-40 distribution between finance current affairs and finance static. That's why out of 25 each in descriptive and MCQ, 15 plus should be your target. Now how to achieve that? For finance MCQ, you will get 15 minutes. How 15? Simple. For finance and management, you are getting for MCQ 30 minutes. So for finance 15, management 15. Now this 15 minutes we can break down into 10 and 5 minutes. And again the same thought process you can apply, that first we should be solving the high accuracy questions. Finance current affairs, RBI circular and finance static. These are topics to concentrate and we will be going after. It may be either 2 marker or 1 marker question, that doesn't matter. The first 10 minutes should be given to finance, only those questions which will be making correct. Rest 5 minutes for finance could be given to take a chance or elimination. The descriptive answer writing remains same as for ESI. It means 15 marker question 25 minutes, 10 marker question 20 minutes, brainstorming 3 minutes, structuring 2 minutes and writing the answer rest of the time. And yes, first you have to solve descriptive questions where you are confident and rest you have to solve later. These are the topics for management now. Now management is completely static in nature, which makes it high scoring. These are the topics like ethics, leadership, personality perception, organizational change, conflict, motivation, communication, leadership, emotional intelligence and corporate governance. It becomes very easy that finance questions mostly in descriptive part are directly static. MCQs are also static. That is why out of 25, you should target 20 plus. Similarly, in descriptive also you should target 20 plus. So that if finance current affairs come difficult, which is not in our hands, at least management static can give a buffer marks to you. So therefore, here also similarly, we are distributing the mark in such a way that we will concentrate on management topics only and we will solve all the management static objective questions in such a way that we make them correct. Accuracy पे बहुत ज़्यादा ध्यान देना है in management specifically. You cannot make mistakes in management. There is no chance for any mistakes. Descriptive part would be similar as I discussed in ESI and finance. So this makes your overall strategy for management. Now what are the mistakes and blunder to look at? Mistakes are those things जो कि सुधारी जा सकती है, and blunders are those things जिसमें आपका एक attempt waste हो सकता है. So let's look at mistakes. Not practicing answer writing. ये तो सबको पता है कि most of the students just cover the syllabus, don't practice the answer writing. Lack of conceptual clarity. Running after multiple resources, going after exam coverage, but forgetting that conceptual clarity could be only tested when you give practice tests. Time management. Time management includes how you are managing the time for each of your subjects. Figuring important topics rather than going after random topics. I already showed you in ESI how much PIB is important, how much government schemes are important, how much RBI circular is important in finance. I showed you in the pie chart. So same ways you have to know which topics are important and I should be running after. Then it's errors, grammatical, punctual or spelling. Here also you have to minimize them as much as you can. Then it's running after too many resources. This is also mistake. All these mistakes are mendable. You can improve on those. If you're doing any of these, please try to figure it out. Now what are the blunders? Blunders are those things जितना आपको जल्दी इसके बारे में पता हो उतना अच्छा. First is neglecting English descriptive. English descriptive जो कि ऐसे है, प्रेसी है, रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन है, डायरेक्टली 100 मार्क्स आउट ऑफ 300 और 375 of total. 100 marks are really huge marks. Many of the students English descriptive के ऊपर ध्यान नहीं देते, which is one of the biggest flaws and underrated topics sections in the phase 2. Not understanding the trend of exam. In the year 2019, the exam pattern changed, but the nature of the exam changes every year. The way in which the questions are asked, हर साल change होता है. तो इसीलिए previous year questions के through जाना होगा. We have to see how dynamic the exam is, how static the exam is. Then only you will get an idea. Starting late for phase 2 preparation. Many of the students don't start their preparation integrated. They go for phase 1 preparation, फिर कहेंगे कि result के बाद phase 2 start करूंगा. If you do this, I bet you will not clear RBI Grade B exam in ages. You have to start with phase 2 preparation only. Unequal time allocation. There are many students who feel that finance is difficult. Similarly, there are many students who feel that management is difficult. What they do is that they give unequal distribution of time for a particular subject. I know that strength and weakness in each of the topic is important, but you also have to understand that finance is for 50 marks, management is for 50 marks, ESI in total is for 100 marks. Based on that, you have to give dedicated time. Doesn't mean that finance you are weak, therefore you have to give 8 hours in your day for finance and only 2 hours for rest of the things. No. So unequal allocation of the time should not be given for the subjects. You should do the appropriate distribution. Time management in exam is very, very important. Ego solving, getting hinged to a particular topic and just trying to solve that will not solve any purpose. And that is why mock tests are very, very important. Targeted preparation is nothing but rather than making a 6-month or 1-yearly plan, you choose a topic, you choose a dedicated time, you complete the topic, complete the notes, give the practice test and tick on it that this target is completed. This is target based preparation which happens in stepwise manner. If you do this for RBI Grade B exam, that's where we try to bring in our webinars also 60 days, 75 days timetable. This is a targeted based preparation which also we give in our personalized mentorship program. So with this, I think you all have got an idea that how you can be in that 20% to be an RBI Grade B officer and to clear this difficult selection stage of phase 2. Thank you very much. Mention in the comment section that what more topics you need on which we can bring out such videos. Thank you very much.